Okay, so Welcome to Camp Nightmare is probably one of the best Goosebumps camp books of all time. It's probably, I would say, the third best. I really, really do like Horror at Camp Jelly Jam better. And I don't know, I can't remember all the camp books, but Welcome to Camp Nightmare is probably one of the best Goosebumps camp books that I have read. Probably my least favorite part, I would say, is the twist at the end. That has me very perplexed. Sorry guys, it's a warner for Welcome to Camp Nightmare. If you have not read Welcome to Camp Nightmare, then I would advise you to turn back now because we're delving into some heavy spoilers for that, and also some very minor spoilers for My Best Friend is Invisible. So if you haven't read those two books, then I would advise you to turn back because, again, we're delving into some huge spoilers for each book, mainly the ending of each book. So haven't read those books, then I would turn back now. But anyway, guys, let's continue with this theory. So basically, in Welcome to Camp Nightmare, we are introduced to our main protagonist, whose name is Billy. And so he's going to a summer camp for the first time, but odd stuff is going on. The counselors are a little crazy, and everyone at the camp keeps disappearing. The phones don't work. All this creepy stuff's going on. The kids are constantly being stalked by this beast named Saber. And it's just this really cool, interesting, scary stuff going on. Really cool, interesting book. And really loved it. But then there was the ending. And so basically the explanation for all these freaky events and stuff like that was that it was a test made by the government to see if Billy was able to go with his parents and explore a strange place called Earth. And so that's pretty much how the book ends, and it's a little strange. I mean, there's a lot of things strange with that, and a little things wrong with how they could be aliens and stuff like that. And so that sort of created this theory in my head that these guys in the book really aren't aliens who want to, study the human race, because that's what it said in the book. They wanted to study these strange inhabitants on Earth and all that stuff. So I honestly think, though, that they are not studying humans because they themselves are humans. And so here are my reasons why. And the first reason is pretty much the whole plot of the book. It's just very strange. So, in the book, our main protagonist goes on a bus, which is strange. It's very strange, first off, because the people in the story look they look identical to humans. So it's very strange how they could be aliens when they look identical to humans, and no other Goosebumps monsters ever, that are aliens look like humans naturally. I mean, there are the pumpkin heads and the body squeezers that can transform into humans, but I don't think they would assume this form the whole entire time. And, just a whole bunch of stuff. And these people in this book use technology a lot, which is different from the body squeezers. And the jack-o'-lanterns, I don't think, would keep that form the whole entire book. I think they would transform into their jack-o'-lantern form or something like that. So, honestly, think they're humans because no other aliens in the Goosebumps universe has ever taken on this form, and they seem to have the same technology. As I said before, they have buses, they have animatronic beings, they have canoes, they have rivers. Well, that's not really an invention, but you know what I mean. There's just all this stuff that, seems like it'd only be on Earth. And so it's just weird. Also, they have the same camp traditions as humans on Earth, which is strange. It's just strange. They said they never studied humans before, correct? Well, they didn't say it was humans. They said the inhabitants of Earth. So let's just say that they are aliens. Well, then how could they invent camp? It's weird. Like, how can they both have camp, both have the same traditions, both have pretty much the same environment, and have pretty much the same technology? It's very strange, and so that is my first little bit of evidence. Also, there's the problem with Saber. So Saber's this hairy beast, I guess you could say. He's more like a wolf-like being that constantly stalks the campers in the books. And it's really strange, because then you take a look at Goosebumps Horror Town. In Goosebumps Horror Town, we see Saber, but he's on Earth, which is strange. So I also did that in one of my earlier theories, that Saber is real, and the aliens just based Saber off of the real Saber, and that's sort of how it worked. But maybe, just maybe, they are humans. It's weird that there's two Sabers. And again, these guys said that they never studied humans before. So again, very strange about that. Just very strange in general how they could have two Sabers. And also there's the fact that Saber is about to be in the Goosebumps film. So in the book, it said that Saber is, how do you say it? He's not real. He's an animatronic being. I think he was more of a puppet, actually, in the episode. So, there's just all this weird stuff going wrong with that. Like, how is this occurring in the Goosebumps film? Because he's not in the Goosebumps film. He was in the draft to be in the Goosebumps film. But how could Saber have been in the Goosebumps film as a monster if he had to be controlled by someone? And it's sort of the same problem with the mantises in the Goosebumps film, but that sort of proves that there is a real Saber. Just, even if you discount Horror Town, just take a look at the Goosebumps movie for the second draft of the script. Saber was in there, then I think that kind of proves that there is a real Saber. But how come they have a fake Saber on this planet? And if they never studied the humans before or anything like that, then, it's a little strange. How could they both have Sabers, both have the same technology, and wear the same kind of clothes, have the same level of intelligence, all this stuff. So, yeah, I found that as another huge bit of evidence. So, you might think now that who would be the inhabitants on Earth, though, that are mentioned in the book? If these guys really are humans, and they just, for some weird reason, moved to another planet, then who are the inhabitants on Earth? So, basically, I would say that these guys are the two-headed sort of aliens from My Best Friend is Invisible. In the book, it is revealed that our main protagonist in the book and a whole lot of people in this story are two-headed aliens that have taken over Earth way farther in the future than Goosebumps has ever gone. And I think these could be the inhabitants that, the humans that are on another planet in Welcome to Camp Nightmare are talking about. Because, there is, I think, an explorer that went to the area of Earth in My Best Friend is Invisible, and that's the Invisible Boy. I think this kind of proves, it doesn't ultimately prove it, but how come the Invisible Boy in My Best Friend is Invisible became invisible? So I'm sort of getting off topic about that. I'm sorry, guys. So I think he is an explorer, though, sent from that other planet. So Brent Green, I think that's the name of the Invisible Boy, is an explorer that went to Earth to, learn about the area in My Best Friend is Invisible. That's why he's on friendly terms with the main protagonist. And I think that's why two scientists, I think they were government scientists from My Best Friend is Invisible, weren't able to recognize them because they hadn't seen their species in such a long time. So I think that Brent Green came to Earth as an explorer from the other planet that the humans are living on, and it really does explain, though, how he became invisible, what his ultimate goals are, and, all that stuff. So, I think he is an explorer, as I said probably 3 times, and so, yeah, that's pretty much it, but you also might be wondering, though, how the humans got moved off of Earth. They are native to Earth, as mentioned by several other Goosebumps books, so how could they got into this other planet? And that answer is, I believe, that they were moved off by the two-headed aliens. And this, actually, I think, is sort of canon in the Goosebumps TV series universe, because in that story, the two-headed aliens actually moved the main protagonist, not the main protagonist, I'm sorry, they moved the humans off of Earth so they could take it over. And I think it could possibly be the same scenario in the book universe, because how else could these humans be on a different planet than Earth? And also one more bit of evidence I forgot to mention, sorry guys, is that it's the fact, though, that that no other alien or species has studied the humans. That's what they said in the end of Welcome to Camp Nightmare. They said that they have not been studied, but maybe this one took place before all those other books with aliens in it, but it's really strange that they say this, and then there's the body squeezers, and there's the walrus people from Brain Juice. Just all these aliens suddenly coming onto Earth in that time period, and them saying, oh, these species are undiscovered and unstudied, unless they were talking about the two-headed aliens. But anyway, guys, comment down below what you guys think about this theory. Sorry, I was a little scattered in the video, so I'm just going to sum up all my pieces of evidence right here that proves that the aliens in Welcome to Camp Nightmare are not aliens, and so that is, they have very similar technology and have the same traditions as humans, same wildlife as humans, both have a saber, and this could explain the motivations of the invisible boy from Let's Get Invisible, and I think that's pretty much all my pieces of evidence. But anyway, guys, comment down below what you guys think about this theory. Do you think that the people in Welcome to Camp Nightmare are aliens or humans? And thank you guys so much for watching, and that's the end of my video.